Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to talk about all the wild and crazy events of my birth month and birth year. Well, are they wild and crazy? That depends on your definition of wild and crazy. So, I was born in August 22nd of 1996. Yes, I'm a 90s baby. And a lot has happened. Many people might think, oh, August, kind of like a low month for me, no matter what time of the year is. Well, I'm here to update you on all major events, from birthdays to deaths, even I'll probably even touch on some weddings and divorces as well. Well, at least the important ones. All right, let's start on some sports stuff. So, Laura Davies, she is a very well accomplished golfer. She was born in Coventry, England in 1952. Now, she has won over 84 professional games worldwide. 20 are in the LPGA. Now, on August 25th, 1996, when I was just 3 days old, she won at the Starbank LPGA, thus accomplishing herself as England's most accomplished modern female golfer. On top of that, the 26th games of in the Olympics closed at Atlanta, Georgia in August of 1996. Interesting fun fact, I actually was in Georgia when the Olympics happened. I know, crazy stuff. Sadly, I did not get to see it. I was too young, and frankly, my parents could not really afford to go to the Olympics at that time. And four people were inducted into the Hall of Fame. We have Jay Bunning, E. Weaver, B. Foster, and N. Hanlon. They were all inducted into the Hall of Fame on August of 1996. Let's talk some space stuff. So, we have obviously been examining whether or not Mars could be a possible planet for us humans to relocate to should planet Earth be I shouldn't say finally, be completely rid of their non-renewable and some renewable resources as well. Now, what I personally didn't know is that we went all the way back during my birth year, probably even a little bit earlier than that, looking into, could life possibly thrive and exist on Mars? On August 6th, 1996, NASA announces that life may have existed on Mars after examining meteorite ALH 84001, which has been thought to be from Mars. Now, current research is showing that there are some resources, especially plentiful water, that could help us survive on Mars. Although there is much work that still needs to be done before we can even think about sending people to Mars. But could be interesting. Could we survive on Mars? Or will planet Earth always be our home? We may never know until, I want to say, hopefully soon. Let's talk about some stuff that has been going on in the media in August of 1996. So, August 6th, a man by the name George R.R. Martin, he published the first epic fantasy novel, A Game of Thrones, a first in his series, A Song of Ice and Fire. Now, if that title sounds familiar to you, that means that's probably because Game of Thrones is a very popular TV show. Personally, I kind of find it a little bit overrated, but hey, the people want what they want, am I right? Another event of interest. So, our former president, Bill Clinton, he did quite a lot of things during his presidency, and honestly, I also have heard he does have the highest presidential rating as well. So on August 6th of 1996, US President Bill Clinton signs a new bill imposing sanctions on non-US companies which invest over $40 million a year in the energy sections of Iran or Libya. Wow. Great job to you, Bill Clinton. So, with every good side, there comes a bad side. Unfortunately, this bad side involved a plane crash, specifically from Korean Air Flight 801, that killed 228 people which crash landed in the United States territory, Guam. Now, this flight, the cause of this accident was a combination of the poor execution from the captain of the non-precision approach, captain's fatigue, poor communication among the between the flight crew, and the lack of crew training overall. You see, there is a certain method of how to land a certain aircraft. The one that they were flying was a Boeing 747. Now, those planes are huge. You got two engines on both wings, wide body, so there's a lot going on with that plane. Now, with the combination of poor flight training, also major pilot fatigue as well, not much communication going on because, of course, when you have a lack of flight crew training, what happens is, you don't get information handed to you in the correct amount of time. Even a lot of times the information is not even correct or accurate to begin with. So unfortunately, 228 people did lose their lives. That is, there was 256 on board, so it was not everybody. However, still a very major loss. And to this day, we look the NTSB does look at all past crashes, and they try to improve from it as as our aviation industry is really taking off, quite literally. So personally, I always wanted to know, I wonder which famous people were born on August of 1996. Now, to be honest, I always wanted to know who was born exactly on my birthday, August 22nd, because it's always kind of cool to be able to share a birthday with somebody. I don't know, maybe I'm just saying that because I don't have a twin, and that concept doesn't get annoying to me, I have to celebrate the other twin's birthday as well. So, there are 3 people that, when I was doing this research, that came up, who were born in August of 1996. So, all 3 of them are actually actresses. That is so interesting. First one is Tessa Allen. She is an American actress. She was born August 7th, 1996. So, wow, she is 15 days older than I am. Whoop-de-doo. Another is a Filipina actress. Her name is Ella Cruz, born August 17th, 5 days ahead of me. And the last one is, well, just a day older than me, August 21st, 1996. Her name is Jamia Simone Nash. She's an American singer-actress. She was born in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Something that really caught my attention that I was even super surprised of. So, I was born August 22nd, 1996, like I said earlier. A whole day after, August 23rd, former terrorist Osama bin Laden, I should say late terrorist, he issued a message entitling the Declaration of War against the Americans occupying the lands of the 2 holy places. Well, isn't that lovely? Considering, we've had 9/11 happen, we've had major terrorist attacks happen in different parts of the United States. Unfortunately, that led to numbers of lives lost, plus a very high, just a much more increased level of security and, when it comes to especially border patrol or at airports, especially, those lines take such a long time because you got to be as thorough as you can. So that was definitely not the most lovely thing that I looked up as I was researching this. But like I said before, everything has its ups and downs. Life is a roller coaster. And if it weren't a roller coaster, it would just be a straight flat line, which usually means you are dead. Okay, enough about the sad stuff already. Let's talk about some more positive stuff. Let's talk about music released in the USA. Honestly, let's touch into the UK as well. So, August 1996, what kind of music was out there? So, I personally did not get too much into music until this was around 2005, 2006. Of course, that makes sense. When these songs were released during August of 1996, could I even comprehend what was going on? No way I could. So, let's look at the top 10 songs in USA that were released August of 1996. So, number 1, Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby. Number 2, Celine Dion, It's All Coming Back to Me Now. And number 3, another Mariah Carey, One Sweet Day. Donna Lewis comes at number 4, I Love You Always Forever. Keith Sweat comes number 5 with Twisted. Los Del Rio, the Macarena, the Bayside Boys mix though, came as number 6. I love the Macarena. And number 7 is Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Crossroads. Tony Rich Project, Nobody Knows, at number 8. Number 9, another Celine Dion, Because You Love Me. And then number 10 is Toni Braxton's You're Making Me High. That were the top hits of 1996 in the US. Let's see the UK. So number 1 is the Spice Girls, Wannabe. Number 2, Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac. Number 3 is Fugees, Killing Me Softly. Number 4, Batty Allen Skinner and the Lightning Seeds, Three Lions. Number 5, Robert Miles, Children. Number 6, we got Babylon Zoo, Spaceman. Number 7 is another Spice Girls hit, Say You'll Be There. Number 8, Gina G, Ooh Ah, Just a Little Bit. Number 9, Peter Andre featuring Bubbler Ranks, Mysterious Girl. And number 10, The Prodigy, Breathe. Those were the top 10 hits of the UK. So, when I was growing up, book reading, not so much always a pleasant thing for me to do. Yeah, sure, I love the simple storybooks and all the picture books my parents used to read to me. But then when I got older, I realized I have to read books with just words in them. Oh, that's just mind-blowing. I thought, oh, that's just sickening, right? Over the times, though, I have improved, so don't worry, I do still do my book reading. But what were some of the books published in August of 1996? I got 3 over here for you. The first one is Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Everyone knows that high IQ is no guarantee of success, happiness, or virtue. But this book can only guess why. That's all a combination of the 3. Another book is called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Barrett. This book basically, shots rang out in Savannah's grandest mansion in the misty early mornings of May 2nd, 1981. Was it murder or was it self-defense? I guess you'll never know until you read it. Even then, you'll read it, it provokes a discussion. The Horse Whisperer by Nicholas Evans. Basically, what this book is about, it's a lot like, kind of like a Dr. Dolittle type of situation, except with a more philosophical twist to it. So, in conclusion, lots of crazy different events happening on August of 1996. It wasn't even a lot for me to even retain. Half the stuff I thought, wow, I can't believe this all happened in just August of 1996 alone. I can imagine the other 11 months what was going on in 1996. But definitely I have learned a lot. I'm the type of person I love to learn about new stuff every day, and all this stuff definitely has blown my mind. I appreciate the time. Thank you for listening.